I was able to build my dream aesthetic physique after 3 years of going to the gym. I've done about 900 gym workouts and I struggled the most with actually losing fat to look aesthetic. And I promise you, if you follow the advice we're going to be covering in this video, you'll make your fat loss journey way easier and you'll get aesthetic way faster. My name is Benjamin and on this channel I help overweight guys build their aesthetic physiques. So when I first wanted to lose weight, so about 3 years ago to look aesthetic, at first I had like a healthy deficit. I was like doing a 300 calorie deficit. Like I was doing everything correctly, but at the same time, I was eating good protein. I was going to the gym training hard. So I was also building muscle. So I was in a really good direction to actually eventually looking aesthetic. But the thing is, like, I was obsessed with weighing myself. I used to weigh myself every day, multiple times a day, even sometimes like at night time once I've eaten, drunk, so I was heavier than I was in the morning. Eventually I got impatient. I wanted to look aesthetic now and my weight wasn't going down, so I assumed that meant I wasn't losing fat. So I started making stupid decisions, and I remember thinking 300 calories isn't enough, so I upped like the deficit to 1,000 plus. And I started feeling like crap. I had no energy. I had like no sexual drive. I couldn't sleep and I felt crap. Honestly, I felt so bad during that time. The weight on the scale was going down. I was eating so little. I was losing fat and muscle and eventually just became skinny fat. And the thing is, that's when I actually realized like your weight doesn't mean shit to look aesthetic, because if you're doing what's called body recomp, where basically you're losing fat, so you're like losing weight, but you're still building muscle. Since we're going at the gym, we're training hard, so our weight is staying the same, but we're changing how we look. And that's honestly like what we need to look aesthetic. We need muscle mass and we still need like a low percentage of body fat. So even though your weight isn't going down, you're still going in a good direction. You're still losing fat and building muscle, which is needed to look aesthetic. On top of like actually like body recomposition, losing fat, building muscle, there's many other factors that can honestly fluctuate your weight like so much. Like for example, the water retention. When you're drinking water and you're having salty things, the water gets put in like your muscle cells, your fat cells. So basically you'll just weigh more. But that doesn't mean like there's more fat. Like how much you weigh and how much fat you have are honestly not that much correlated. Like there's so like many different variables that can change your weight without it being like fat gain or like fat maintenance. So that's why if you want to lose fat, you want to look aesthetic, weighing itself, it's such a bad idea because it's just going to fuck up your mental state. You're going to be obsessing over it. The days where your weight isn't going to be lower than the day before, you're going to feel crap, which will even make you like quit like going to the gym, quit doing what's needed because you're demotivated, you feel like you're never going to make it. Like it's so devilish, honestly, the scale, like it's such a bad thing for your mental health and actually looking aesthetic. And if you want my help to build your aesthetic physique as fast as possible without wasting time, click on the link in the description right now. So now we know, okay, to look aesthetic, the scale isn't a good idea. Like I've got that. But the thing is like, what indicator should I use? Because we need to know, like we need indicators to know if we're going in the right direction, we're not wasting time, we're doing what's needed to look aesthetic, to lose fat. And the best indicators, as I said, is visual indicators. Because think about it, when you want to look aesthetic, when you want to lose fat, do you actually care about your weight? You probably don't. You think you need to be 80 kilograms. You think you need to lose weight because you associate this with actually like looking aesthetic, having abs. But just like imagine I could snap my fingers, you would gain 10 kilograms. You'd probably feel anxious, like feel scared about gaining 10 kilograms. But imagine you gain 10 kilograms, so you go from 80 to 90. But when you lift your shirt in front of the mirror, like you're shredded, you look aesthetic, you look good, you look muscular, confident, attractive. But you actually care about gaining that 10 kilograms. Like what I'm trying to say is it was never about how much we weigh. It was about how we looked. Unless like you're a boxer, you need to be in a certain weight category. We've always only cared about how we looked. We want to be aesthetic, to be attractive, to feel good. We don't want to be like aesthetic to weigh 80 kilograms. We don't care about how much we weigh. So why make that like an obsession over like losing weight? Why? Use like good indicators, visual indicators, like how you look. Because that's what we care about. We don't care about how much we weigh, we care about how we look. So use like gym pictures when you're at the gym or like when you're like at home. I know it can be like discomfortable, like you don't have your dream physique yet. You don't really want to like basically like share this with anyone. So you don't want to take pictures. But honestly, you'll be so grateful you did. Like honestly, as you can see in my thumbnails, I use like old pictures of myself I took when I started off. And nowadays, I'm so grateful I have them. Just because first of all, it's so easy to see my progress. Like I can actually see I've done this, but I feel good because I know I've built like an amazing physique from like starting off with bad genetics, being overweight. Like I'm proud of myself because I have the before pictures and I can see my progress, and they're like honestly the best indicators you can have, like seeing how you look. So what I do is I basically take like gym pictures kind of in like the same lightning, to like kind of be able to like compare them like every week or two. Like it doesn't have to be an obsession, you take pictures every day, like 20 pictures, it doesn't. But just make sure like you have pictures along the way, because trust me, you'll be so grateful you did once you look aesthetic. And on top of like seeing how you look in the mirror, you can use how you close fit. So if, for example, like since you're overweight starting off, you had like a XXL like t-shirt that used to fit kind of tight or at your stomach or on your waist, if eventually like it becomes like baggy, you can feel like it's too big for you now, like that's indicators of fat loss. But the thing is, like, you may be like losing fat, you may be fitting better in your t-shirts, looking better, but if you were to like weigh yourself, you could possibly still weigh the same. Like, I hope you can like understand what I'm saying. Like, weighing yourself isn't like a good indicator at all, especially for looking aesthetic. If you just wanted to lose like pure weight for like any reason, yes, it could be like a good option. And even though in that case, I would still say like it's too obsessive, it's not good for your mental health, but you could actually still do it. But if you want to look aesthetic, lose fat and build muscle, you're literally going to be like losing weight and gaining weight at the same time. So weighing yourself is like a bad idea, and it's just going to make you make stupid decisions like I did. And so if after all of this video, you still believe you want to track your weight, you still want to like buy a scale to like track how much you weigh, what I would say is just always weigh yourself in the same conditions. Because as I said, when I started weighing myself, some days I would wake up, I would weigh myself, I would be 80 kg. I would weigh myself the same day before bed. So I had eaten, I had drunk water, and I would be like 82 kilograms. And I used to believe when I was going to bed, I've gained 2 kilograms of fat, and which made me like even more obsessive with my weight, with having a big caloric deficit. And I just started like having such an unhealthy like weight loss, just because I was so obsessed with the weight and the number the scale was given to me. So what you would need to do to weigh yourself properly, even though I would still not advise it for your mental health, is to always weigh yourself in the same conditions. So what I would do is wake up, go to the toilet, evacuate, and weigh yourself naked there. Like every day you want to weigh yourself, do it in those conditions. You've woken up, you haven't eaten or drunk anything, you go to the toilet, you evacuate, then you weigh yourself. And don't weigh yourself every day, because as we said, there's so many different variables like water retention. One day you could be 80 kilograms waking up, the next day you could be 82 without having gained like any fat, just because there's water retention. So like weigh yourself once every week, so like on every Sunday morning, once you've like gone to the toilet, haven't eaten or drunk anything, you're naked on the scale, you don't have like your watch on, your phone in your pocket, and just go from there. If you actually want to track your weight, I would still suggest not to, because even if you're doing it in a healthy way, it can quite easily become an obsession, since you're always thinking about I need to lose weight, because our body thinks that losing weight means losing fat, but it doesn't. So I really hope I've been able to like transmit this idea of the scale, like how much you weigh isn't a good indicator at all to actually look aesthetic. Use how you look, take gym pictures, like how your clothes fit, and those will be way healthier indicators to know if you're doing the right thing, going in the right direction, and actually getting closer to look aesthetic, to losing fat. So I really hope this video has helped you to look aesthetic and to actually lose fat in a healthy way, in a good way. If you have any other questions, write a comment down below, or if you want my help to build your aesthetic physique as fast as possible, click on the link in the description right now, and I'll see you in the next video.